Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Nerdbuzzed!
Nerdbuzzed doesn't condone the consumption of alcohol by any persons under the age of 21. Please drink responsibly.
Welcome to Nerdbuzzed, the podcast where we talk about all the nerdy stuff that we care about and drink a cool frosty beer while we're doing it. I'm your host, Marcus Ellinger, and with me as always,
Jeremiah Johnson.
All right, Jeremiah, episode 62. I know last episode we talked about recording.
And we didn't do it.
We recorded audio.
Oh, yeah, we did.
We totally recorded audio. And we did record some video, but just in weird, stupid, brief segments. So This time, we're going to try one more time, and I think maybe we'll be on board.
With our purpose-bought video recorder.
Yes, right? Totally. And our purpose-bought holder for the video recorder. We're MacGyvering a little bit here.
Just a little bit.
But we should start out this episode the same way we start out every episode. And we go over to you for all the thunder.
That comes after.
Oh, okay.
Today is the last of the Arizona Wilderness Brewing's beers, the ones that I got from my trip down south. I can't say enough good things about that brewery. Check them out if you're down there. Awesome. Arizona Wilderness Brewing Company. This is the Region Sauvage de Arizona. It's a Saison. It's a French Saison.
It sounds French.
Yeah. Whatever. But primarily Belgian or French yeasts when they're making a Saison. So it's a French Saison. They tend to be a little bit more floral, as you've noticed.
Yeah, I noticed it right away when I was smelling it.
Aroma. So.
Way more flowery.
Yeah.
And so far, though, I want to say this is my third or fourth Saison that I've ever had, right? And even though they definitely kind of have a similar, very, very flowery aroma to them, so far each one I've had has been pretty drastically different as far as taste goes.
Oh, there's no set flavor profile for a Saison. Saison just means the yeast, basically, that are being used.
Okay.
Which is going to be your farmhouse yeasts. One thing that Saisons generally tend to have, like I said, is more floral notes.
Yeah.
In the aromas and stronger esters, a little bit funky flavor from the yeast, and they're usually excessively carbonated, way overly carbonated.
Okay.
Which is why when you pop the bottle, they always seem to just foam like crazy.
Yeah, yeah. And it's definitely got some. It's definitely cloudy.
They're not always all cloudy, so. This one definitely is. A lot of sediment.
Yeah.
Even from the early pour, which was my glass.
Yeah, I noticed that mine's a little cloudier and has more sediment. Thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
Maybe it'll have more flavor.
It will have a lot of flavor.
All right, well, I'm dying to try it.
All right, to all the nerds.
Through all the fuzz.
Bottoms up.
Let's get Nerdbuzzed. It's definitely very carbonated.
Yep.
And it's very floral.
Got that.
Yep. And it's very, it almost has a little bit of a, kind of a citrusy flavor to it also.
It's tart. It's definitely got tastes like a Brett type yeast. Or, no, it wouldn't be actually a yeast. That would be a,
almost like a champagne-y kind of taste to it a little bit.
Maybe a little bit. Like I said, it's the Brett's a bacteria, not a yeast. But it's what finished out because that funky, almost like, I don't know how else to explain it, but cheesy or I don't know, foot flavor.
Funkiness.
Yeah.
No, it's not bad.
Yeah. That's the French part.
Yeah. It definitely, the smell, when you first smell it and bring it to your mouth, it definitely is a good preparation for how it's going to taste. I think it totally goes with it.
It goes well. I love Saisons. How to explain it? I really don't know how to explain this.
It throws you off because it is so fizzy. It's very fizzy. Almost like a seltzer drink or something, to that point of fizzy.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I said, this one here, you can definitely taste it's the Brett, though. If you're into sours or anything at all, there's 3 main bacteriums that you use to sour the beer.
Yeah.
and that's Pediococcus, Lactobacillus, and Brettanomyces. And this one definitely has the Brett flavors.
Yeah.
So
it's good. It's not as when last
which is the
weekend-
funkier one of the one.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's the French one. Last week when we were talking about it and it being a sour, I had some slight concern because I'm not the hugest sour fan. But really, it's not overbearingly a sour beer.
No, it's not like
Whatever that one that we had when you showed up at the end of work. And
Oh,
brought that beer,
that's a true sour.
that was
not
really
just,
sour.
That's not just a farmhouse ale. That's a true sour.
Yeah. So this isn't quite up there with that one.
Well, no, it's
No.
not classified the same. Even.
It's good though. I like it. I like that it's light and it's definitely refreshing, and it doesn't taste like, despite it being cloudy and having sediment and all that, it doesn't taste heavy in any way.
No,
All right. Well, we're gonna keep drinking it,
of course.
and at the end, we'll let you know what we really think. And I'm sure it's gonna get better because they usually do. So first up, we get to talk about Titan Souls
We do.
because we played it. We had a couple
game.
weeks. I know, right? So I think first off, I feel like we're always really terrible at just saying what type of game it is before we dive into talking about it.
Oh, okay.
So I think first off, it's a 2D top-down, kind of very 8-bit boss battler. One hit, one kill, one hit, one death.
It's an 8-bit Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah. Yes. Very much like that. And I almost think it suffers one of my pretty minor complaints that Shadow of the Colossus has also. And I would say when I was playing it, it reminded me of being like the polar opposite of what our last Nerdplay was, the stories. Because in stories you played through so many levels with so many just little minion piddly guys, and there was never a boss, right? In this game, there's no little little minion guys to fight, and it's all bosses. And so I really felt like they both suffer from missing out on that part of the game. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like you're doing all this exploring in it, in these worlds, because it's not like you just go into the world and you take a few steps and you're fighting a Titan, right? Like, you have to maneuver and run around and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you die, you go all the way back to the save point, and you have to go all the way back to the Titan again. And it felt like I spent almost as much time doing that, if not more, than I did actually fighting the Titans.
Yeah, it's a substantial map, too.
Yeah, and you're gonna die. A lot.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. One hit, you're dead.
Yeah.
And I guess, with the exception of, like, knocking down a shield or something on a Titan, you kill them with one hit also.
Yeah, you have to... Some of them...
Once you expose their core.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like the very first one, the blob one.
Which I actually thought was one of the harder ones.
It was.
Yeah.
For me, anyway.
Yeah, me too.
But, yeah, one of the first things you have to split it down and eliminate all the little blobs hitting you, or just dodge them until you can do it, but you have to keep splitting it until it gets small enough that it exposes the heart.
Yes.
So it was a pain.
Yeah, and I
Or
tried so
royally.
hard to not shoot the other blob once you split it, so you don't just keep splitting both of them, and I tried to really focus on the one, but it became chaos so fast.
Oh, I eventually just split it down and started shooting all the split ones, because you do eventually eliminate them.
Yeah.
So,
I thought it's definitely pretty simple and basic. It's a pretty cool throwback to very, like, traditional game style and gameplay. I enjoyed how there was a few Titans I played against where you could tell that you really had to utilize the actions that they gave you, because they don't give you very many controls.
no.
But you really have to utilize them appropriately for each Titan. Like, one of them, like, you really utilize the roll. And then the other one, you didn't want to use the roll because you would bang into things, and then you have this stutter moment where you can't react. And it was almost better to just hold down the run button so you'd move quickly the whole time.
Which
and you
one
could
was that?
dodge. That was the one with the Titan that has, like, his face is kind of the wall that comes up, and the arm would come up, and he'd shoot the ice beam, and he'd knock his teeth out. On that one, if you rolled and banged into something, you'd, like, stutter when you bang into something, and that would be enough time for him to hit you with the ice beam. So it wasn't... You could roll, but you had to do it very, very well, very accurate. And even after you roll, there's that half second before you can roll again, right? So I gave up on the roll on that one, and I just kept running, like, in little circles around the tower every time it'd pop up. and then you could stop for half a second to make him shoot his little ice beam, and then you would maybe either roll or just keep running to get out of the way.
Gotcha.
So, and different ones you would utilize the different moves, even though there were so few of them, you could actually choose.
Actually, I never made it that far.
Yeah, I didn't. I only actually beat the first two to get to the elevator. That then you can go to the bigger map, and I explored that map a bunch, which I thought was really cool. I went off to. I wish there were little piddly guys, so you had something to do. But I went off to the fire one. I went off to the snow one, and I did all this exploring. And again, I wanted to go back and fight the Titan, but because I didn't hit save points along the way, it started me all the way back at the very beginning. And I was like, screw it, I'm not going to explore all the way there again.
At the very, very beginning?
Yeah, because I didn't have... at the elevator, because I didn't touch another save point. Like, that was my last save point.
So I made it to the snow one, and there's a save point right in front of the snow one.
And I did make it to that eventually.
Oh, okay.
But I just didn't... I just kept exploring, and it was early on, and I kept assuming if I die, it's got to just load me right outside where I'm going to fight Titans, right? No. Not the case at all. No. That was that was one of the issues I had. I wish that when a Titan beat you, you'd almost just appear right there in the room again, and you could just fight him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't mind the brief sprinting back to the...
No, but I hit my save point too, so I didn't have to deal with the running all the way back.
Well, and I did hit it eventually, but even still, you have to go the different little pathways, or like you were talking about the abominable snowman guy, right? And you have to climb that little wall and then go in there, it's not much, but when he kills you in the first 2 hits, you're going to spend so much more time just running up that little wall and going in the door than you are ever going to be fighting him.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And which is a minor complaint, but still, I started to get a little irritated with it. I was like, just start me there. I know what to do now, and then you get there and you're too eager and anxious, and I die again right away.
That's what I do with that damn ice block guy.
Yeah.
It's like, I know exactly what I need to do. I just need to do it.
Yeah. So,
which, when I finally beat him, though, I beat him in like 2 seconds flat.
Yeah, very typical racing game scenario.
Yeah.
I did the same thing. On all the ones I beat, it was like, oh, that was it?
Yeah, with him, I totally walked in, didn't even move. Just charged my arrow first thing, shot it at him, waited for him to slide directly at me.
Yeah.
So that way my arrow was right there, and just rolled out of the way as he came and slid at me. And he would ricochet off the wall that you were at and bounce all the way back to the other button. And so while he's bouncing back to the other one, I rolled up, grabbed my arrow, shot it through the flame, hit him, and then the arrow came back, and I shot it right away again before he even had a chance to move, and it was just done.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was fun. It was fun. It was kind of addicting. But man, it beat you over the head.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, I was kind of stuck on how I should score it. I want to give it a nod for being classic and being brutal. I like that about games. But at the same time, it seems, I don't know, rather bare bones.
Yeah.
It's pretty rudimentary.
Very rudimentary, and I wish the controls, the running controls were a little smoother.
Yeah.
And I wish the run was a little faster, too.
Yeah.
But,
what do you think if you had to score it?
I'm not going to go out of my way to play it anymore.
I don't think I am either.
I
did play it on my Vita, which was kind of fun.
Yeah.
And the cross save works really well. You just hit a button and it cross saves it to my PS4, so then I could go back and play it on the PS4.
Oh, nice.
So I always try to try that out, because if they put that as a selling point on the game and it doesn't work, then you got to mark them down for that.
Well, shoulder buttons not needed, so I can see it would work really well on
Yeah,
Vita.
it actually was a lot of fun to play on the Vita. There's only 2 buttons, right?
Yeah.
So, man, I don't know.
I'm giving it a 5.
A 5, huh? Which is okay. All right, I'm going to give it a 6. I think it's better than okay, but that's it.
All right.
Lots of excitement. So moving on, we get to make another nerd
I can
play.
do that now because we have a video.
Yes, be very expressive. So we still have Day of the Tentacle remastered, The Swindle, This War of Mine, The Little Ones, and Blaze Rush.
You already said it, so why not just do the Day of the Tentacle?
All right, it's another point-and-click adventure. I think I'm going to see if I can get my wife to play through it with me. She was not opposed to it. So we'll see.
All right.
And I can play it on the Vita again. So I like that. All right, so we'll play Day of the Tentacle for the next couple of weeks. Play it with us. Let us know what you think. And we'll review it. A couple episodes. So what's coming out? We have Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue. Whatever the hell that means.
Okay.
I kind of wish that they would just put Kingdom Hearts to rest, right? There's Kingdom Hearts 1 and there's Kingdom Hearts 2. We're still waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, but they did the 1.5 and they did the 2.5.
That's exactly what I mean, right? Like, how many different versions of these are they going to release? And you have to buy each one? Like, why can't it just be an update?
I agree with that. Well, they released Kingdom Hearts for the PlayStation, though.
Yes.
Later, so...
Which I loved. I really enjoyed the first one. I don't think I ever beat the second one. I started getting bored with it as I was playing it, and after seeing all of this, just getting bombarded with different versions of it, I think I'm kind of okay with that. I bailed out on the franchise. We'll see. Maybe the third one will come out and be awesome, but I don't need the same game to come out a million different times.
I don't know. I only played the first one and loved the first one, so...
I really enjoyed it, too. I think it was probably the first, like, really true action RPG game that I played like that.
Yeah.
There's some that it incorporated RPG elements, but one that was, like, so hardcore both.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's definitely the case. And I just like the fact that the way it meshed two worlds. I mean, it meshed the Disney world and the video game world so well.
Yeah, the Square game.
The
Square world, right?
Yeah, well, to be fair, from our generation, that was the video game world.
Yes, and that was the gold standard world for RPGs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe you're interested in that. It was a big one. We also have Yakuza 0, which comes out for PlayStation 4 and PS3, which is an action game. And then we get Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which is PS4, Xbox One, PC, and that's an action adventure. I actually have the demo for it, and I still haven't played it because I was too busy playing Titan Souls and cursing at the screen. Especially on the Yeti, because every time he turns around, he shows you that pink ass of his, and I just want to fire an arrow in there, and he kills me every time. So I have a nerdy thing to talk about that I did.
Okay.
I saw the best movie of the year.
Okay.
In my opinion, the best movie I've seen all year is Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage.
Alrighty.
To be fair, it's also the worst movie I've seen all year, because it's the only movie I've seen so far this year. But it's so absurdly ridiculous. I love that he never wears sleeves. Unless it's a big fur coat, then that has sleeves. Right. But other than that, anything he wears never has sleeves. It is filled with just absurd one-liners through the whole movie, and they totally do reprise the whole Triple X group. So it is totally the, like, what was it, Furious 4 or whatever, where they're just going to own what it is. And I'm sure you're going to get more of them now, where it's just going to be the Triple X, like, Mission Impossible team, or Expendables, right?
Yeah.
But it's really bad. But me and my wife laughed a bunch when we watched it. And the other thing that happened I thought was pretty funny was, so we went to... what was the brewery called?
Bastion?
Yes, Bastion Brewery. And we had a beer there and a burger. It was awesome. Totally recommend it to people. Really good service, really good food. Beer was great. And when we were there, I made a little post. And in the post, I put, hashtag craft beer, everything where we were. And they did it with hashtag hashtag triple X. And so I have advice for people out there. Don't do hashtag triple X with 3 X's. Do hashtag spell the word triple and then put X. You get way different responses. So we have a couple Twitter followers now that that interpreted triple X differently.
I see.
It was pretty funny. So that's a warning to everybody out there tweeting away. Spell out one of the triples. The other thing was they did have the Ghost in the Shell trailer at the beginning of it.
Okay.
And that was... I mean, it was cooler to see it on the big screen and actually get to...
Well, we got the Ghost in the Shell trailer at the for Rogue One as well.
That's right, we did.
Yeah.
I'm still intrigued. I don't have really high hopes for it, but I'm really intrigued by it. It looks interesting.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm just a sucker for it, though, so...
Oh, hopefully it won't be Mario Brothers.
Oh, I hope it is Mario Brothers. I loved the Mario Brothers movie.
It's such a terrible movie, but I'm in the same boat. I like it too. And then
I gotta give anybody who says they like it though crap, but
oh yeah, right, yeah. And then secretly go home and watch it.
Yes,
yeah.
That is another one that I did wear out from Video Farm.
Awesome. So the other nerdy thing I did is I did sign up for the For Honor beta, so I'm supposed to get code for that here anytime soon. And you can also go sign up for the Injustice 2 beta right now. So I was thinking maybe we'll have to do that. I already did it, but you should probably do it, and then we'll fight.
Yeah.
And I'll kick your ass.
You probably will.
Yes,
I'm
I hope.
so out of
Here's hoping, man. Here's hoping.
Well, you are the nerd.
Yes.
And I'm buzzed.
Yeah, when you help you
usually.
be buzzed. So thank you. I appreciate it.
Usually. We're going to have to do our beer wrap-up early on this one, I think.
We're going to have next week's beer this week also.
No. I brought another one.
A mid-beer review.
Yes, it's the homebrew.
Okay.
And nice. I figured, I only have the one bottle left, so we might go through it real quick. So I brought this one just in case.
Nice, because we're diehard.
Yes, and it's like I said, it's the homebrew. It's one that I've made with a couple of my other friends. And the only reason I brought this one is because it uses a Saison yeast. A French Saison. No, it's Belgian. Belgian Saison yeast.
Oh, nice. So it's almost, in a slight way, it's a Nerdbuzzed beer.
Okay.
Influences? Come on, tie it in there.
Yes. yes. I brewed it. Well, helped brew it. Okay, I was there. I watched.
Okay. So, Nerdbuzzed approved beer.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Wait. I ran the timer.
Oh, see?
And I think I poured the hops.
Nice.
Yeah.
Totally. It's pretty much, just call it your beer.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was totally me. It's all mine.
So also in some nerd news, we did get some more news on the Nintendo Switch because it's not going to go away even after it comes out. We're still going to hear about it. But basically, pre-orders sold out. Can't even get pre-orders anymore. I think you can maybe find one or two here and there, but everybody's already claiming they're out. I went to the Nintendo website, and they have a bunch of links on there. Click on all these to pre-order it. Every single one of them says sold out. So, and again, it's Nintendo, so we don't know if that's because there are so many people out there that just have to have the Switch that they've bought them all out, or if it's that Nintendo only released 5 of them to each store.
Well, some of my Facebook friends from work have been posting, and they've all been posting about how they gotten a Switch and gotten the pre-order. They don't know when they're going to get it, but we've got on the pre-order. So,
oh, well, they're going to get it on March 3rd.
Yeah.
So, well, cool then. So people were actually able to get it. I guess I wonder how quickly they did it. They ordered it.
These guys, I'm sure they were sitting on the restroom.
Yeah.
At the exact moment that they were available with their phone ready to go.
Refresh.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's what everybody else said after they got out of the restroom.
Yes.
Oh my God, refresh.
You have no idea.
Yeah. So they've also announced that there will be no video streaming service. Maybe a future service that they will implement, but as of now, they don't have any plans for that. That was something they hadn't really confirmed yet. They've also confirmed that Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild will be Nintendo Wii's last game, the Wii U. So they're not going to... Nintendo won't make any first-party games anymore. There might be a third-party that'll spill over. I kind of think if Nintendo's not going to do it, then why would they do it? But so that's going to be the last game, which is also kind of similar to the Wii, because I remember when the Wii came out, you had, what was it, the Twilight Sword?
I have
or
no
Princess?
idea.
Maybe it was Twilight Princess?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Well, there was a game, again, it was Zelda, that was on both of them. I believe it was Twilight Princess. And then they did say, though, that they will keep supporting their Wii U online services, and anybody that plays the Wii U, you can thank Mario Kart and Splatoon for that. So they're going to keep those running. And when you look over the Nintendo list, there are lots of really big games from this year that are not on there. But I think that your buddies that are Facebook friends that were chomping at the bit and ordered one right away, I don't think people care. I think if you're a Nintendo fan, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You don't care about Mass Effect. You don't care about Persona. You don't care about God, there was just tons of them on there that were just on this list that everybody, looked at several different lists online of the most anticipated games for 2017, and the only ones that were tied with the Switch were Nintendo licensed ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, what happened to the Skyrim?
Well, that's in there, but it's not a super hyped game for 2017 because it's already came out. Right?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That's the other drawback is that a lot of them are games that are almost being remastered for the Switch. So there are several of those, but again, they're not highlighted new games.
But okay, so Skyrim was 1080 already when it was first released.
Yeah.
So they're remastering it for the new systems in 4K.
But not Switch.
So if the Switch is 1080, I bet you it's just a direct port to the...
Yeah, it's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Well, and I'd also read that Breath of the Wild is only going to run at 900p. So that even on the big screen, when it gets put up there, it won't be at 1080. And
Weird.
30 frames per second.
Well,
not even 60 frames.
Most of our games, even though the PlayStation 3 had better video processing capabilities, most of them still only ran at 720.
Yeah.
So.
But now, with our systems now,
oh yeah,
we're totally emphasizing 4K, right? And the HDR and the 60 frames a second. A game gets a ton of flack if it's not 60 frames a second. Like that's a standout thing that people will complain about it. And their launch title, the super hyped Zelda, 30 frames per second, only 900p. I'm wondering, do you think that maybe that's anything to do with them rushing to get it out? Or is that just, you think they just always intended that?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think that Nintendo cares. I really don't think they care. I think Nintendo has an idea of what they want, and they're fine with it. And they're just going to do that. And if you're a fan of Nintendo, then you're probably okay with it also. But for the rest of us that want, I think if you're Xbox, you want that end all, does all, be all machine that can just do everything in the house, right? And if you're PlayStation, you just want to play games, and that's kind of where that one's at. And I think if you want for Nintendo with the Switch, you just want to play Nintendo stuff, the Nintendo licensed things. You don't want to play third party. Nobody cares about the third party games coming to it.
When I think of a Nintendo, no, I don't ever think of the third party stuff anyway.
No.
All I think about is, well, Mario Kart and Zelda.
Yeah, right, totally. So I don't think that people care. I don't think it matters at all. It for any of these third party stuff, remasters, whatever. I mean, it's a bonus for them, but it's not the selling point of the system. So I don't know. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with it. I'm curious to see how many actually come out that people get on the pre-order day. Maybe it'll be a crap load of them, and Nintendo won't have done what they did with the Mini.
I hope not, but
it's Nintendo.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They just don't care, right? I kind of respect them a little bit for that, to be honest with you. They just don't care. It's like, nah, screw you. If you want Nintendo and you want our products, you're just going to buy it. And, okay, they own what they are at least, right? They're committed to being Nintendo. So I got to give them props for that. But on the Nintendo note, I did go over to my parents' house for a little family dinner there.
Okay.
And my nephew was there, and we did play the crap out of some Wii. And I have to say, for even though it's old, it looks totally antiquated, that game is so much fun. Nintendo games are just fun. And the other thing I appreciated about it was you just play the game, and you unlock more guys, and you unlock more carts. You unlock like a couple bonus carts for each guy.
Oh, in-game unlocks.
Like in-game actual unlocks, right? And I was thinking, I think that the Wii was probably the beginning of the end for that kind of thing.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like, that was right around that time when suddenly DLC packs and season passes and all those types of things just became a standard for games. And you quit getting in-game unlocks, right? Like, the Wii was kind of one of the last hurrahs for that sort of thing.
Yeah, speaking of that, I've actually been considering getting a shark card from for Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah? For the money or for just to support your favorite?
Just as a
little courtessy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seriously, as just a little bit of a, hey guys, here's a tip.
Yeah. Yeah. I've actually I've thought of it from that standpoint, but I don't know if I'm not going to do it.
No, you don't think so?
I don't know. How much is a shark card?
Well, there's all sorts of different values on them. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look it up again, but...
Yeah, because you have, like, your shark, your whale, your megalodon. Like, there's all these different ones, right?
Yeah.
I want to say maybe the cheapest one's, like, $40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd give him $40 for all the stuff we've...
Walter buys them.
Does he?
Yeah, he's bought a couple of them. I had that same look on my face, too, when he told me. I did the same thing. I was like, you did what?
Why?
Maybe for the same reason. I don't know. He said because he doesn't have the same nerd drive, and he can't just sit there and play for hours on end.
Says the guy who's been playing for hours.
Right? Every Tuesday. That's what I told him. I was like, why don't we just run your heist or something on Tuesdays, and we can make you some money? And he's like, yeah, I know, but I wanted this car. Alright. It's a $40 car, but, as long as you feel good about it, right? Well, and again, it's like, I told him, hey, thanks, man, I appreciate you doing it, because it keeps getting me free DLC.
It does.
Right? Yeah. Totally works. I'll take it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there that I still think the Wii's awesome. I sold mine, ended up getting rid of it, and then I talked my parents into getting one because of my nephews, and they wanted some sort of video game to play, and it was one that my parents could handle. Right, they could figure out the buttons and stuff. It's like a TV remote; they could handle that. Right, it wasn't thinking too far outside the box.
Well, I told you about my situation with the Wii. Going to the bar and playing the bowling. So if drunk people can handle it, I'm sure your parents.
Mm-hmm. And my dad was pretty buzzed when we were playing, so it made it more fun too.
There you go.
But I forced them to order Samba de Amigo. So that we can do the Macarena dancing together. So I think this week we're going to go have more beers and Macarena dance. I'll give you the
nice.
It'll be awesome. So...
Nephew optional.
Yeah, no, he'll be there. Yeah, I was telling him about it. It was pretty funny. And he totally did better by the end. I was feeling pretty good about that, because he was really bad in the beginning. But then, by the end, he totally started to come around to actually controlling the cart. It's funny to watch little kids, try to use both their hands to do stuff, because he's 5, so it's like he's getting that down and he understands how it works, but he's way more. I couldn't sit next to him anymore because he kept hitting me with the controllers. Every time he wanted to turn right, he'd be smacking me in the face and stuff, and I kept pushing him over. I was like, dude, you keep hitting me with them. That's cheating. Quit playing dirty, man. But no, it was fun. By the end, we unlocked a couple things, and
nice.
We totally raced through. He got not last several times, so that was good. Yeah. So I kind of think the next, really the big major nerd news for the week was the Logan trailer.
Which I was totally digging.
I'm so stoked with it.
I want to see it so bad.
I think it's so what X-Men needed to do, and I think it's going to be the best way for Hugh Jackman to go out, I think. I mean, just if it ends up being anything like what it looks like, it's going to just be the best one. It's got to be, right? It looks so brutal and intense and just dark. It almost has this kind of like Mad Max kind of feel to it.
Definitely post-apocalyptic. And it's based off of the Old Man Logan comics, right?
Yes. I don't know how much.
Okay.
But, yeah.
So, he went through and he killed all the mutants and all that.
I think so, yeah. And again, it's like, they haven't even confirmed that the girl in it is actually the X-23, but it's got to be, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think you can almost confirm it for yourself, but Marvel has not, or Fox has not directly come out and said, yes, that's who it is.
Yeah. I don't care. It looks awesome.
Yeah, no, I think it looks super cool. I love how brutal it is. Super excited about it. Again, I think it could be completely the best send-off for Wolverine. And I actually really loved that they had X-Men comics in the trailer. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
He's actually looking at the comic, and he's got his yellow and blue gear on, and he's talking with the X-23, whoever that's going to be. He's talking with her and telling her that, some of it actually happened, but most of this is not the way it was, right? But I kind of like that about it, because it almost explains away, why they never had their yellow suits and whatever. Right? That was the more flamboyant comic book version that we all just were used to, while really the way it was going on was more like the other movies and stuff, right? But I kind of like that, the way that they Hollywood it up in the comics. It kind of explains that away, because I kept wondering when are they going to have their yellow suit? You know, when's he going to have that classic yellow and blue? And he never did have it.
Well, I mean, what would you prefer, yellow spandex?
Yeah, right? Yeah. So I thought that was super cool. Super brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Very dark. There was
Still, the jumping, though, is bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's his classic same, like, through in the woods leap where he just, like, both arms and legs out, and he just looks like he's on the slider thing. Yeah.
Because he is.
Yes. Yeah, it is why. I know that's why, but you'd think they could edit that a little bit. But at the same time, it's like the Van Damme splits triple kick thing he does. If it's not in the movie, it doesn't feel like a Van Damme movie, right? So it's almost got to be in there.
It's totally Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Yes.
BS wire.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I hated it. I mean, I want to see the movie bad, don't get me wrong, but that was just... Ugh.
I'm really excited for it. I think, it's not that far away. It's March 2nd. So,
or if they can have the same feel and just desire to keep watching and what's coming next and just how's this going to play out that they did with the trailer, because I mean that trailer was cut amazingly well.
Oh yeah,
I mean that trailer was a movie all on its own.
Yeah, I was going to say I think 2017 is got to be my most anticipated, like, to see movies based solely on trailers in years.
Yeah,
it really is. They've done such a good job with the trailers. They aren't ruining the movie for you. They're making me wonder what's going to happen between all those spots, and I'm really stoked for it.
Yeah. I mean, how many movies have you seen the entire movie just by watching the trailer?
Yeah, right. And this one leaves me with so many more questions. I'm pretty stoked.
It wasn't until this last trailer we even saw the claws for the girl.
Yeah, right. And we'd all speculated and kind of assumed, and they finally give you that. And again, they still won't confirm, so they're still kind of leading us on a little bit with it all, but it looks super cool.
It's only 2 claws, though. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, she only has 2 claws. She does have a third claw that's on her foot.
Oh, okay.
Like a raptor claw, almost. I think it's like her, what would you call it, your index toe?
Okay.
Yeah. So I did look into the X-23 because she's after my love affair with comics. So I don't really collect a lot of new comics. The few that I do, I've mentioned on here, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really know a lot about her. I know that she eventually stepped up and replaced Wolverine after he died, and so I was kind of reading a little bit into that. But a couple interesting things about her. She is kind of related, her origin in a way, with like Harlequin, because she originally came about in the X-Men Evolution animated show, episode X-23 back in 2003. Okay. So that's the first time anybody ever heard of her, was on an animated show, which is totally like with Harlequin, right? With the Batman animated series. So I thought that was kind of cool. Yeah. She's the third genetic clone, or attempt of a genetic clone, the first successful, where they tried to recreate Logan's DNA. So she is created from him. She's created in a branch of the Weapon X facility, very similar to Deadpool, right? Very same kind of thing. They exposed her to a bunch of radiation to like trigger her mutant gene and whatever. She was brutalized a little bit more. She has the 2 claws in the one hand, or in each hand, and then she has 1 in each foot. But that's it. That's got the metal on her bones. The rest of her does not have metal on her bones.
Oh, okay.
And when they did that to her, they said that they actually strapped her down, surgically ripped out her claws, coated them in the adamantium, and then like surgically put them all back in while she was like awake for it the whole time. They really emphasized how brutal her transition was, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And so then she gets let out, and she's this super crazy psycho assassin chick, and she kind of gets brought in by the X-Men and turns everything around, right? So that's as far as I know about her. She's with the X-Men now. I know she did some like brief Avenger stints and whatnot in there, and now she's reprising the Wolverine role as far as the comic books go. So I'm assuming this is all going to tie in with that old man Logan and stuff, which they did meet up in there in the comics.
Okay.
So, and I don't really know a lot about the old man Logan either, other than that he's Logan from the future who like comes back after Wolverine dies. So whatever that is, very X-Men, right?
Yeah.
It's very soap opera, drama, time traveling X-Men stuff. So you just leave X-Men at, is he going to pop his claws out and like kill people and be awesome? Then it's
that's all that matters.
Yeah, that is fine, right? So, but I'm super excited for it. It looks really cool.
I still want to see the Sentinels though.
Yes, and I I kind of think our Sentinel stint was in the last X-Men movie, whatever it was, Days of Future Past. That's going to be your big Sentinel glory, right?
Yeah.
That was the fanfare Sentinels, and I don't know that we'll get those again. Not like that.
No.
That was pretty spot on to what we'd all been hoping for so long. No.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well.
So, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking maybe we should wrap our beer up.
I think so.
Let's do a beer wrap-up, even though it's not beer wrap-up time.
No.
It is now, though. Officially beer wrap-up time.
Well, we can't hold it out now if we finish early because they can see.
That's true. We can't hide it, right? Well, and then we can open more beer, drink more beer, so I'm fine with that, too. Darn. Right? So, what do you think of this Saison?
Well, I like him a lot. It was obviously good enough for me to buy it and bring it back from Phoenix, so... I didn't let mine last this long when I was down in Phoenix. But, it sweetens up a little bit the warmer it gets.
Yeah.
I mean, I drank mine down there really fast, so... But yeah, it's really good. The flavor notes carry through, it stays tart. The funkiness kind of grows a little bit. Sweetens up a little bit, but it still... I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, it's... I don't know that it's a beer that I would want to drink all the time, but it's definitely... I like that it's light and it's refreshing. It very much is that. It's still super fizzy till the end. That never went away.
Well, most of your farmhouse beers keep that refreshing.
Yeah, I really like that about
crispness
it.
to them.
Yeah, and I liked its floral qualities. I think it totally has, like you're saying, kind of a little bit of a funky flavor to it, almost like... Not like cheese, but I get what you mean when you say that. Right?
Yeah.
It totally has a little bit of a funkiness to it. But no, I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed drinking it. What was the percentage on it?
6.5.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I got to consider that with my scoring.
All right, yeah.
I think it's pretty good for me. I'm gonna say 7.5.
Think so?
Which is that's really good.
I was gonna give it a 7.
You're gonna give it some. Wow, I actually gave it a little more than you. I'm really pleasantly surprised by it. I was expecting something a lot more sour or sweeter than when you had originally sold it.
Really?
So,
because I sold it as a sour.
Yeah, and so I was thinking, and it wasn't. So I was very kind of pleasantly surprised by that.
Well, that's what your. Oh! I'll be back. Pause.
I don't know. I think you just have to go with it.
See you guys in a minute.
Welcome to the live Nerdbuzzed.
Live feed.
Yeah. Live feed. All right, we're back.
We're back.
More beer.
A little more beer. Get this back here so I can get the shadow off my face.
Well, let's try Jeremiah's beer.
Yeah, it's called the Ironworkers. What we've titled it.
Okay.
Belgian Pale Ale.
It's got a... Is it just me, or is it almost like a peachy kind of smell?
I don't know how you put it. It's more like the esters. Definitely yeast esters.
Yeah, let's try it. Oh, sorry. To all the nerds.
Through all the fuzz.
Bottoms up. Let's get nerd buzzed.
You're in a hurry. Jeez. Well, it's definitely a little overcarbonated.
Yeah. It almost has like a... I don't know. It's almost like a little bit of a cidery kind of hint to the flavor there.
Yeah, I think we were a little over attenuated.
Yeah?
A little too much malt, and it's... Oh, I'm not getting it that strong as
what I'm saying.
As you were. I don't know what that flavor is. A little off, but
it's interesting.
It might just be a little diacetyl from...
I think it'd be really good like on Thanksgiving. It's got that kind of spices to it. And,
yeah. Well, that's the Belgian yeast.
Yeah. It's interesting. I kind of like it. What's the potency on your beer? Do you know?
Last we checked, it came in at 7.
Oh, not bad. No complaints there.
I have no idea what this one's sitting at, but...
No, I kind of like it. it has kind of an interesting flavor that lingers on your tongue a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, it's just supposed to be just a standard pale, but we spiced it up, as I said, by pitching a Belgian and a pale ale yeast.
Yeah, it's definitely a little more spicy than I don't mean like hot, peppery spicy. I just mean
No, that spicy you're getting, that's from the Belgian yeasts.
No.
Ooh, excuse me. We didn't add any coriander or orange peel or any of that stuff.
Yeah. I don't know, I kind of like
but
it.
They usually add the coriander and the orange peel with these yeasts to enhance those flavors.
Yeah.
So.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it definitely has some spices and other flavors in there that are pretty good.
This was actually the first round of our test brew for a beer we wanted to do for our brewery.
So it was those guys.
Yes,
okay.
Which is hence the reason it got the name Ironworker.
Nice. Well, it's not dirty and sweaty, so that's good.
It's Belgian, not French.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So, I guess to continue with...
I take offense to what you're saying.
You should be offended. To continue with our kind of Fox and Marvel little spin here, I did want to mention again that Legion, which is a FX show, which is Fox, and that comes out on February 8th, so it's not very far away at all. And when I was looking into this, and then there's another show that hasn't been announced yet. They're saying the pilot.
What's Legion?
Legion is the show. Again, it'll be on FX. It's the one that's Xavier's son.
Really?
Yeah, and he thinks he's insane and crazy, and then slowly realizes that what's really happening is that he has Xavier powers, to the next level, right?
Gotcha.
So he's hearing everything around him and voices and stuff, but he's not actually crazy. But the people that are doing Legion, it has people that were involved with the Fargo TV series, so that gets huge props from me. I actually really enjoyed that. I think it's a really good example of making a movie a TV series. Transitioning into TV. If you liked the movie, you would love the series. So they did that really well. The Big Lebowski, which also
everybody loves Big Lebowski.
Right? If you don't love the Big Lebowski, there's something wrong with you. And then also people that did the Daredevil movie or show for Netflix,
which is amazing.
Yeah, I'm actually currently, when I was reading all about this, it inspired me to watch it again. And just since last night, I'm already up to episode 7 or 8.
Wow.
So cracked out. And I love it. I love it so much. Even though he doesn't put a suit on, right? Till the very end of it. It's watching...
season 2?
No, season 1. So I started at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And because I was going to watch season 2, and then I thought, I already know I love this one, right? And it's got so many good points. And I wanted to watch season 1 again to see if it kind of brought that all full circle and really showed the growth of Daredevil there. And it so does. It's so cool to watch him just get his ass handed to him out on the streets when he's not quite the superhero yet, right? He's still learning the ropes of how to be a superhero. I think by season 2, he kind of is. That's been established that he is the defender of Hell's Kitchen at that point, right?
Okay.
So watching him grow and commit to that role is actually pretty cool. But they're involved with it, which I think is a huge thing to note because it's Marvel TV Studio and Fox totally working together, which is awesome.
Nice.
I'm hoping that maybe that will maybe roll into some potential to get some X-Men and some MCU stuff.
Oh, okay. Kind of
right?
like the Spidey situation.
Yeah, right. And it is very kind of similar to that because Marvel is involved, but Fox is taking control of actually filming and producing and doing
it. Really, it's all still Marvel.
Yeah, right. Totally is.
But yeah,
well, even in the Logan trailer, there was no Marvel logo on the comic.
No,
it was just X-Men, and even in the little corner, there was no Marvel. So, I mean, it should at least give it the nod that that's where it came from, right?
Should, but
I mean, whatever. Really, it'll still have it I'm sure it'll still have a Marvel lead in, right? It's got to have that in the credits and everything.
Oh yeah,
they're gonna credit them for the characters. They can't not do that, but. This seemed very, very kind of similar to the whole Spider-Man Avengers scenario, right? Where they're still splitting up the workload, but they still both totally get inputs as to what goes on, and they get to use the characters. And I really like that Fox is going to Marvel to come in and help them out with this whole thing.
So my only problem is I hope it's not good.
You hope it's not good?
No.
Why?
Because if it's good, Marvel's going to cancel it in 3 episodes anyway. Or Fox will, maybe.
You think so? Oh, because that's what Fox does.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you hope it's crappy. Hence the...
No, not crappy, though, either. It's got to be just okay.
Just in the middle. Yeah. Hence the one show, how was it? The Son of Zorn. Oh my God, that's the worst show on TV, and it's still on. I can't believe it. Yeah. It's terrible. I don't like it. I can't watch it. It's too bad. The second one that Fox is working on, they said maybe this year they'll come out with a pilot, is based on an underground movement of mutants living at a time when there's great persecution and prejudice against mutants. Classic every single X-Men time, right? The X-Men don't ever seem to live in a time when there isn't oppressed mutants, right? And so it's parents that go on the run with their children that they discover are mutants. So, and I don't know what the title of it is. They haven't released that, so it seems pretty lofty that we'd get a pilot this year when they don't even know what the show's called yet. So, at least all my poking around, I couldn't find a name for it. They just call it the Other X-Men Show. So, we'll see. But Legion actually looks kind of cool, and I'm really excited to... Daredevil, awesome, right? Fargo, really enjoyed that TV series, and Big Lebowski, also just a classic. I've seen it a million times.
Yeah.
So, if it has that type of writing and that sort of feel to it, I'm sold. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So
you know what didn't get canceled and it's back for another round?
What?
Voltron.
I saw that. Yep. See, you can watch season 2 now.
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
But
that's Netflix.
It is Netflix.
Yeah, it's not Fox.
They're good. I like Netflix.
Yeah. I know. I want to do a show of our hopeful Netflix shows. Like, what would Netflix do?
Oh, yeah.
So we'll come back to that, but I really want to do it. I have a couple that I'm on the just chomping at the bit to dabble in each other's brains about. So we'll do that.
I got one. All
right, we'll do it. Hold on to it. Sit on it. I've been sitting on mine for a while. It's making my ass sore, dude. I gotta get that out of there. So I guess before we wrap up the show, real quick, Fate Stay Night. We're still watching it.
Yes.
We get another week. I think next week we review it. Night and day difference.
Oh yeah,
right. That as soon as you hit season 2, it really starts to lose its the story from that first.
Yeah,
one we
it
watched.
loses all connection to the first one.
It just does.
I told you when I was watching the first one, I was like, I don't remember this happening.
Yeah,
I don't remember this. I don't remember. And it's like, and then by the time, about season 2 of it, or time-wise, season 2 of it in the first one. I think the first one was only one season, but just 24 episodes.
Yeah.
And it was going through it. It's like, God, this is just so not what I remember. And no, not at all. Not at all.
No, not even close to the same.
But you gotta admit, the Archer from this one is so much better.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think him and the, what is it, Shiro or whatever, right? Both of their characters, so much better in this one.
Have you finished it yet?
I'm really close. I have one episode left.
Okay, so you've totally figured it out.
I know it all, yeah. And I don't want to spoil it yet. We'll spoil it on our wrap-up episode, but which I loved that they did that.
Yeah.
Like that is such a cool, so much cooler of a tie-in and a way to bring that all together than the stupid Shiro and Saber drama, because that's not in this one.
Nope.
Instead, it's almost the Rin, right? It's very Archie. The first one he went with Betty. This one he goes with Veronica. Right? Yep. Yeah. I thought that was pretty funny that they did that too. It's like, whatever, he gets the girl, man. He's a player. Yep. So, but no, next week we'll wrap that up. So we're checking it out on Netflix. You can watch it with us. Let us know what you think. And I guess that brings us to Wicca Wicca number 2.
Wicca Wicca, huh?
Yeah, Wicca Wicca.
Alrighty.
What's now? What do we have to say about your beer? We gotta keep drinking it too after we're done.
We do.
That's awesome.
We didn't let it ferment out quite well enough. I can definitely taste down a little bit the diacetyl in it, which means we didn't watch our fermentation temperatures quite perfectly.
Yeah.
I'll have to go talk to my crew about that a little bit.
Yeah. Go give them hell.
Not bad. I think it's definitely got a lot of room for improvement. but I think we can do it.
Yeah.
Finish it gets a little sweet.
But not terrible. And and I think that actually the sweet is pretty well balanced with some of those other flavors that are in there. It's just kind of flavorful in general, I think.
Well, this was my recipe for the pale ale.
Okay.
But
it's a little darker.
Yeah, well, I put a little bit of toasted malt in there, roasted toasted malt, just to try and get a little more biscuity flavor. And that's kind of getting washed out by the diacetyl. I don't know. I don't like that flavor. That's just from too warm of a what do you call it? Of a fermentation.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say you're almost pushing like an amber though.
Getting close.
Yeah. I'm pleasantly surprised. Not that I doubted your beer making and your beer maker crew's capabilities, but I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it actually goes really well with the beer we had just had.
Well,
also,
that's why I brought it out.
Yeah, okay, so yes. Sorry. No, I think you did good.
All right, thank you. I feel better now.
So I'm not going to give it a 1, but I'll give it a. No, I think. Let's see. It's a work in progress, but still, I think. Are you offended if I give it a solid 5?
That's what I was going to give it.
Okay, good. I was going to say I think it's totally okay.
Yeah.
Right? It totally is. It's got some room for improvement in there, but really, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised. I like it. So, follow us on Twitter at Nerdbuzzed. At Nerdbuzzed.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Jeez.
And go to our Facebook page, like us there, follow us there. You can join our Facebook nerd group. Please comment and share any nerd ideas you have or something you'd like us to talk about. We love to hear from people. It fuels our nerd fire. And go to our website, nerdbuzz.com, where you can listen to any episode of Nerdbuzz 100% free, as opposed to
any other percent.
That's right. So on that note, to all the nerds,
through all the fuzz,
bottoms up.
Let's get nerd buzzed.